Hello friends, welcome to learning sessions, and today in this video we are going to discuss the second part related to the chapter number 5 from the module A, that is related to directing. So we have already covered the part related to the functions of the particular directing, and we learned that there are four parts. One, it is related to the supervision that we have already learned. And the second one that we are going to learn now, that's about the motivation, and the other two are the leadership and the communication, right? So these are the total four parts related to the directing. So now it's about the motivation. Now motivation is actually related to what? Motivation is the process of stimulating the people. So it's like we want to stimulate someone so that they can take the appropriate actions. So that they can take the appropriate actions. So that is what that is related to the motivation. So we want to make people do what is desirous. So that's about the motivation so that they can achieve the desired goals. Okay. So there are three terms in basically into it. One it is motive, other one it is motivation, and the third one it is motivators. So motive is what? Motive is the internal force. Motive is the internal force that is going to energize you, that is going to direct you, that is going to direct your behavior towards something. Okay. So that is your internal force. And that basically arises due to the unsatisfied needs. Let's say if you're not having money with you, you'll be having motive so as to earn money, right? So that will create the restlessness within you. Okay. And the second one, it's related to the motivation. Motivation, it's a process, like I just told you, it's a process that we stimulate the people so that has to work willingly towards some particular goal. Okay. So that's motivation. And what are the motivators? Motivators, when we are talking about, it's about the techniques or incentives which are used so as to motivate the employees, right? For example, we are giving them a recognition, rewards, bonus, or even offering them promotion. So that is basically the motivator is. So motive is the internal force, motivation is the process to encourage, and the motivator is about the techniques or incentives which are being used, right? So let's have a look at the features of the motivation. So first one, it's motivation is what? Motivation is a psychological phenomenon, like it's an internal feeling. So we can say it's an internal feeling. It will be an urge, it will be a drive, it will be a desire, and it cannot be imposed forcibly, right? It cannot be imposed forcibly on the employees. It cannot be done like that way. And the second one, it's about that it is goal oriented. Like motivated employee, if there is, that they will be working toward achievement on some particular goal, like let's say organizational goals. Okay. And the motivation could either be positive or it could be negative. It can be positive, at the same time it can be negative too. Now what do you mean by positive positive motivation? Like you're employing, you're basically encouraging the employee through rewards and appreciation. Like if we say we'll be giving you a pay increase, promote you, recognize you, give you recognition, so that is positive motivation. And if we say that we will be penalizing you, we'll be issuing a memo to you, we'll be demoting you, we'll be stopping your increments, so that's a negative motivation. That's a negative motivation. And this motivation is actually what? It's a complex thing. It's not an easier thing. It's a complex thing because different people or the different employees, we can say, they will be having the different needs, they'll be having the different mindsets, right? And the different things will be motivating them. So it's a complex process. So for the features, if we look at the first one, that it's a psychological phenomenon. It comes within, it's an internal process. Second thing, it's goal oriented. Like if you're motivated, you'll be working towards some particular goals so as to achieve those goals. And the motivation could be positive motivation, it could be negative motivation, like we discussed. And it's a complex thing, right? And what is the importance of it? First of all, it reduces the employee turnover. Like when the employee is motivated, they will be working toward achieving the goals, they will be associated with you and won't be leaving the company. So the employee turnover reduces. In that scenario, the employee turnover reduces. So it saves the recruitment cost, the training cost, right? And also it reduces the absenteeism. Like motivated employee will be remaining regular. They will be committed toward their work, right? And it facilitates the change. Like if your organization is changing from one form to another, then basically those changes will be smooth enough and there will be less resistance toward it. There will be less resistance toward it. Clear with it? And now it's about the Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. That why people do feel motivated, and it's a very important theory. It's a very important theory. Abraham Maslow basically gave this theory, and that stated that human needs motivation, right? And that motivation behaves in a hierarchical order. That basically behaves in hierarchical order, and Maslow basically identified five hierarchical orders, five hierarchical needs, right? So the first need, it's related to the basic physiological needs. Like these are the basic needs like food, shelter, sleep, etc. That's the basic needs. So at the very lower level, it's the physiological needs. And when the physiological needs are fulfilled, then the person moves toward the second level of needs that's related to the safety needs or the security needs, like the job security we want the stability, right? So that's about the safety and the security needs. And also when the security needs are satisfied, we are moving toward the third set of needs, that's the belonging needs, like related to friendship, acceptance, right? Belongingness. That's about the affiliation or belonging needs. And the fourth set of needs is the esteem needs, like desire for the prestige, like respect, the autonomy. That's the esteem needs. And the fifth one, it's the self actualization, like desire to achieve the one's full potential, like what I'm capable of, I want to be that person. That would be the self actualization needs. But the only limitation related to the Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation was what? That we cannot be directly jumping to the second tier or the third tier or any of the tiers. We are to work in this pattern only. Like first of all, the physiological needs are to be fulfilled, only then we'll be moving toward the safety needs, only after that toward the belonging needs, then the esteem needs and the self actualization needs. Okay, so that's about the Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation. Further after that, it's about the incentives. Like those incentives could be the financial incentives or those could be the non-financial incentives. First of all, let's have a look at the financial incentives. Are those incentives which are measurable in monetary terms, and like we do provide the person with the pay and the allowances, or let's say the productivity linked wage incentive, like wages which are linked to the output produced. It's basically used in the manufacturing. Okay. Or it could be the case that we do pay a bonus, like extra payment over the regular wages. Your actual salary is 40,000, but you get rupees 4,000 extra as a bonus. Or it could be the profit sharing. It could be profit sharing, like employees share the organization profits. Or it could be the co-partnership or stock option, like you'll be getting options as to buy the company shares at a concessional price. Or it could be related to the retirement benefit, like provident fund, pension, gratuity, etc. So it will be giving you a financial security. And it could also be related to the perquisites. Now the perquisites are the extra perks that you're getting, like let's say you are getting the amount for the children education or for car allowance or medical aid or something, or for housing purposes. So that's basically over and above the salary. That is over and above the salary. Then there are also the non-financial incentives, like the incentives which are not the part of the salary, but that will be giving you the psychological satisfaction. That will be giving the psychological satisfaction, but not in the monetary form, right? Like you'll be getting a position or rank in the organization. That's about the status. Okay. And let's say it's about the work environment and the culture. A very good work environment is there, that is also going to give the satisfaction. It could also be related to that you are feeling that your promotions and the skills are getting developed. That's about the career advancement opportunity. or it could be the job enrichment, like when the variety of the work is associated with your job profile, right? And your work is challenging and the interesting one, then that basically is a job enrichment. It could also be related to employee recognition program, like a certificate is given to you, or a appreciation a letter is given to you, or a memento is given to you. That's basically the employee recognition program. Or it could also be related to the stability in the employment. So that's basically gives you the job security. And further, the employee participation, like if you are involved in the decision making process, you feel motivated, right? And that's about the employee participation. That's about the employee participation. Clear with it? So these are the financial and the non-financial incentives. This is about the financial and the non-financial incentives, right? And after that, the next it's related to the McLean's need theory of motivation. The next one, it's about the McLean's need theory of motivation. So it was actually developed by the David McLean. So David McLean actually developed this particular model, right? And further, this theory particularly states that the human behavior is mainly driven by the three learned needs, right? So there are three learned needs, and those are going to basically drive the human behavior. Okay, the first one, it's about the NACH. The first one, it's the NACH. NACH. That is a need for achievement. That is related to the need for achievement. We say to be NACH, like desire to accomplish the difficult task. Desire to accomplish the difficult task, right? And further, and so as to achieve the excellence. So individuals do prefer the challenging but the achievable goals. Individuals do prefer what? Individuals do prefer such goals which are difficult one but achievable, right? So higher achievers take moderate or the calculated risks, right? So high achievers will be taking the moderate risks, which are known as a calculated risk. Okay, rather than you will be taking the very high risk or the very low risk. So high achievers will be taking the moderate risk, the calculated risk they will be taking, and they basically want the immediate feedback from the superiors regarding their performance, right? How they are basically working. So people who are basically high achievers, they are looking for the immediate feedback. They are looking forward, they are looking for the immediate feedback. They basically work with dedication until the objective is fulfilled, right? So they work with, basically work restlessly, right? And further, the motivation comes from the achievement. Motivation comes from where? The motivation comes from the achievement. It's not just related to the monetary rewards. It's about that I have achieved something. It's about a difficult task was given to me and I feel motivated. I'll be taking a calculated risk and I want to basically be getting the feedback from the superior and I'll feel motivated about it. And it's not about the money at all, right? So it's goal oriented, it's responsibility, it's about the innovativeness, it's about performance. Okay, so it's that's basically need for achievement. That's the first one. And the second one, it's about the need for power. The second one, N power. We say to be N power. N is for power, so it's basically N power. Now, what is N power? Like, we want to control the things, we want to direct others, we want to have the authority so as to order others, we want to leader someone, we want to have a status, right? So people do want positions which can impact the decisions and the organizational outcomes. So it could be related to the personal power, like your personal power so as to dominate over the others, or it could be the institutional or the social power. And the third thing, it's related to NF, that is the need for affiliation, that you basically desire for friendly and the close interpersonal relationships. So the first one, it's related to need for achievement, that we want to achieve the things which are difficult but achievable. And the second thing, it's related to power, that we want to influence, control and direct others. And the third one, it's related to we basically have a desire for friendly and the close interpersonal relationships. So individuals do prefer the cooperation over the competition. They seek acceptance. They want the social interaction, right? So that's about it. That's about the McLean's need theory for motivation. And after that, it's about the Porter and Lawler's motivation model. Porter's and the Lawler's motivation model. Like it was developed by the Lemon Porter and the Edward Lawler, right? So what was the main idea related to it? Like the satisfaction does not always lead to better performance. Satisfaction does not always lead to better performance. It's never the case that if we are satisfied, that we'll be performing better. It's never the case. It's never the case. It's not always the case. Not never, but it's not always the case. Okay. But the good performance leads to rewards. That's true. So if you're performing good, you'll be getting the reward, and the reward will be creating the satisfaction. So it's like that performance will be going to reward, and reward will be giving you the satisfaction. That was a Porter and the Lawler model. But it is not always true that the satisfaction is going to give you the better performance. It's not always true, but this is true always. So efforts depend upon what? Efforts depend upon the value of reward. So the efforts depend upon the value of reward, probability of receiving the award, and further performance depends upon effort, ability, and role perception. And rewards could be the intrinsic rewards or those could be the extrinsic rewards. Getting it? So it's basically about a proper theory. So the main idea is related to what, that the good performance leads to rewards. Like good performance will be leading to reward, and the reward will be giving you the satisfaction. Okay. And the efforts that you're going to make, that what amount of efforts you will be making, that basically depends upon like the value. What is the value of reward that you will be getting, and what is the probability that you will be receiving the reward, and the performance depends upon what? Performance depends upon what? Performance depends upon the effort. It depends upon your ability, right? The performance depends upon this. And rewards could be the intrinsic rewards, like you'll be getting the recognition, achievement, or extrinsic rewards, like you'll be getting promotion, you'll be getting salary. And satisfaction definitely will occur when you'll be like when basically the rewards are perceived as fair, then you'll be getting the satisfaction. So conclusion is like performance will be giving you the reward, and the reward will be giving you the satisfaction. Clear with it? So the next one, it's about the equity theory. So the equity theory was developed by the John Stacy Adams. John Stacy Adams, right? So in as per the equity theory, employees do compare. Like if we are saying, let's say we are having an employee, so they are going to compare what? They are going to compare inputs, their inputs, whatsoever their inputs are, like their effort, their skill, their experience with the output. So as per the Jones Tracy's equity theory, employees are going to compare their inputs, like their efforts, their skills, their experience with the output, like salary, recognition, or the promotion. And they will be comparing these ratios with co-workers also. They will be comparing these ratios with the co-workers also. And further, if the employees do feel inequity, like if they feel like that we are doing much more efforts and we are much more skilled, but still we are like feeling the inequality, like they will be reducing their efforts, they will become dissatisfied, there will be demand for the higher rewards, or they will leave the organization. That is going to happen, right? And if there is fair treatment, there will be motivation, there will be much more productivity. But if they feel like they are having the inequity, then they will be making less efforts, they will feel dissatisfied, or they will leave the organization, as per the equity theory. Okay. And after that, it is about the Vroom's expectancy theory model. Vroom's expectancy theory of motivation, that is Victor Vroom model. We also say to be the Valency model. That's about the Vroom's expectancy theory of motivation. There are the different names for it, right? So first of all, let's understand the main idea. Okay, so Victor Vroom basically developed this, and the main idea says that the people do feel motivated only when they do believe that the effort will be improving the performance. First thing, when they do believe that if they make efforts, that will improve the performance, and if they perform, they will be getting the rewards, and if they see that the rewards are valuable, if the three things are there, then they feel motivated, right? So first thing, it's about the value, second thing expectancy, and the third thing instrumentality. So effort will improve the performance, performance will bring the reward, and reward, if they feel is valuable, then they will feel motivated, otherwise not. Otherwise not. So let's first of all understand the factor related to the value. Factor related to value. Like value attached to what? Value attached to reward by an individual. That how much you value this particular reward. So if higher value is attached to the reward, then higher will be the motivation. Like for some person, a foreign tour may be carrying a much more value, and for a person, a two-wheeler may be carrying much more value. So that's about as per the perception. So if you are attaching more value to the reward, then you'll be valuing it more and you'll be feeling motivated more. Okay. The second factor, it's about the expectancy. Expectancy what? That if we will be putting much more efforts, then we will be performing very good. That's about the expectancy. That's about the expectation. And instrumentality is what? It is the degree of belief that the good performance will result in reward. That the good performance will result in rewards. That's the instrumentality. So valency is related to the value that you are attaching toward the reward, and higher the value that you are attaching, higher is the motivation. And expectancy is about that the effort will bring the good performance, and the instrumentality is like the good performance will result in the rewards, right? So that's about the Vroom's expectancy theory of motivation. And the motivation is equal to what? VIE, valency, value we say to be valency, expectation or expectancy multiplied by the instrumentality. So that's about the motivation. And the core point is that if any of this factor becomes zero, the overall motivation will also become zero. The overall performance will also become zero if any of the factor becomes zero. Clear? Now, after that, it's about the self-determination theory. We say to be SDT, self-determination theory. And it was basically the meaning of this theory is that the individuals are naturally motivated. Like when they are having the freedom so as to make the choice, when they are basically having the control, right, over their own behavior, they feel naturally motivated. So that's the meaning related to the self-determination theory, that the individuals do feel naturally motivated when they have freedom so as to make the choices, when they are having the capacity so as to choose their own path, and so as to take the responsibility for the same, when they're having the control of their own life. So every single person is having the ability to choose and to manage their own life, right? So it's about the self control, or we can say it's about the self control over one's own life, and the autonomy, the freedom they want to have. So if they're having the self control, they're having the autonomy, that will definitely be improving the that will improving the psychological health, and definitely they will become naturally motivated. Like when they do know that their actions can be influencing their outcome positively, then definitely they feel motivated, right? If you know that you'll be doing good, you'll be working good, you'll be getting much more money, then definitely you'll be feeling motivated that I'm to do well, right? And definitely the internal motivation is much more better than the external motivation. Internal is better than the external motivation, right? After that, it's about the leadership. Leadership. Now, what is leadership? Leadership is like we are to do the right things. So there is a very famous definition which is given by Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker has given a very good definition. That's about what? That management is about doing the things right. Management is about doing things right, and leadership is doing the right things. And the other way we can be understanding that leadership is a process. It is basically a process. Process of what? That we want to guide people, that we want to guide people, we want to influence them, right? We want to inspire them. For what purpose? So that we can achieve, so that we can ask people so as to work toward the common organizational goals, right? So we do inspire people, we as a leader do organize the resources, we coordinate the group efforts, and so as to achieve the organizational goals, right? So it's process of inspiring the other people, and so as to make them, so as to work toward a common goal, and also at the same time we do organize the resources so as to make the objectives a reality. So that's a part. And what are the traits? The first thing, it's about ability to influence. It's about the ability so as to influence the employees, so as to direct the employees. We want to influence the employees toward the predetermined objectives. It's about the intelligence, like you should be having a sound judgment, analytical ability. You should be having a emotional stability. That's a maturity level, that's a emotional stability with you, balanced behavior, and a very strong personality. Like you should be confident, your communication skills should be good or effective, and also you should be involved in personal interactions. And the leadership exists only when people do interact and cooperate toward the common goal, right? So that's about the different traits to the effective leaders. And let's then have a look at the types of leadership. It's important topic. Types of leaders. First one, it's about the bureaucrats or bureaucratic leader. Bureaucratic leaders, they do strictly do follow the rules and regulations. Strictly they do follow the rules and regulations. They're focusing upon pleasing their superiors. They are pleasing their superiors only, and they are going to avoid the subordinates. Deliberately they're going to avoid the subordinates, and they're just to follow the rules and regulations. The second one, it's related to the autocratic leader. Like they are just to give the orders and expects obedience, that you have to follow me, this is my order. And definitely the employees are going to oppose such leadership style. The third one, it's about the diplomatic leader. The diplomatic leader is very much opportunistic in nature. They're going to use the people for the personal advantage. And definitely the employees are not going to trust such kind of leaders. There's a diplomatic leader. And the other one, it's a expert leader, like who is specialized in particular field. They are fair and impartial toward the subordinates. Then it is quarterback leader, like they are maintaining the equality with the subordinates, the quarterback, and they do build closeness with the team members. But definitely they face the opposition from the higher authorities, because the higher authorities want them to be on their side, but they are more attached with the subordinates, right? So this is related to the different types of the leaderships. The one, it is related to the bureaucrats who is following the rules regulations. Autocrat is just wanted the obedience. They are direction, just giving the directions. Diplomatic leaders, they are using it, the employees, for the personal use, right, personal advantage. And the experts are basically more concerned about their area of specialization. They are fair to the subordinates. And quarterback is basically making them equal with the subordinates and make no difference with the subordinates. And the superiors don't like such kind of leaders. Clear with it? Further, it's about the importance of leadership. Importance of leadership. Now, you being a leader are going to be a friend, to be a guide, to be a philosopher, right? You'll be supporting your team, being a leader. And definitely, the leader must be developing the employee potential. They have to identify their capabilities and so as to convert them into performance, like as the supervisors do. And further, they are to gain the trust of their people, right? And they are to promote the team spirit. They have to promote the team spirit. Like they'll be removing the differences if there are any between the team, and they are to create the unity among the employees. And at the same time, they are to maintain the discipline among the group, among the team, that basically develops the responsibility and the orderly behavior in the team. And they are to build a high morale. They are to treat employees impartially. They are to treat employees fairly, and they are to connect the employee groups with the external forces and with the management. So they'll be acting as a linking pin, and they are to definitely motivate their subordinates so that they can achieve their goals. And they must be promoting the ethical standards like honesty, integrity, moral values among the employees. So these things are the importance of the leadership. These things are related to the importance of the leadership, right? Clear with it so far? Now let's move further toward the next topic, that's about the leadership qualities. So first thing, the first quality we can say, it's about the outward look. Like leader should be having a confident personality, should be having a appealing appearance, like physical appearance as well as the mental attitude. Like they should be creating a positive influence on the followers, right? The second thing, it's about the vision and the foresight. Like the leader must be thinking ahead, and they must be planning the future. They basically do help the organization so as to achieve the long term goals. So they must be having the ability so as to anticipate the things. The third one, it's about the intelligence. Like the leaders should be intelligent enough so as to handle the difficult situations, right? And they have to make the sound judgments, and they should be having a very good analytical uh, ability also, right? The fourth one, it's about the capabilities in communications. Like they should be having a very effective communication, and that should be convincing enough and motivating enough and the guiding enough, right? And the fifth one, it's about the objective approach. Like leader should remain unbiased. Leader should remain unbiased. They should not be biased. They should be free from biased, right? And for the decisions, if they are taking any, that should not be favoring any particular individual or group. That should be for all, right? And they should be having the proper knowledge of the work. So leader must completely be understanding the work process being performed by the subordinates. So technical knowledge builds employee trust and the confidence. Like if like just think of a leader who never knows about the things himself or herself. Would you be trusting at the person? No, you won't be trusting the person. So these are the different qualities. First of all, they should be outward look, they should be looking ahead, they should be having a vision, right? And further, they should be intelligent enough, they must be having the capability so as to communicate the things properly and so as to make the transparency, and they should be unbiased. And for the no decision should be taken keeping one person or individual in mind, and they should be having the knowledge of their work. Now let's have a look at the leadership models. Again, very important. It's about the leadership models. The first one, it's about the authoritarian leadership. Also, we say it to be the autocratic leadership. We also say it to be the autocratic leadership. Like in this scenario, the leader independently makes a decision and they just want the things to be done. They're just taking the decisions, right? And the leader independently makes the decisions and expects strict obedience. And this leadership is suitable when the quick decisions are required. Then this is suitable. Because the point is, they do take very fast decisions. Very faster decision making is there. And there is a clear command chain. Like, you know from where you'll be getting the directions. So it kind of reduces a reduction. It basically reduces what? It reduces a confusion and there will be no repetition, right? So the repetition can be reduced. The confusion is reduced. And further, they are going to produce a consistent results because only one, because unity of command is there. But the disadvantages are like it creates the employees dissatisfaction. The employees feel discontent. Why? Because they are suppressing the creativity, they are suppressing the innovation, the originality is suppressed, right? And further, it weakens the coordination and cooperation because people are just receiving the orders. It reduces the employees feedback, it reduces the employees participation, the input is reduced, right? And the employee turnover rate might increase. So that's about the authoritarian leadership or autocratic leadership. The second one, it's about the participative leadership. We also say such kind of leadership to be the democratic leadership. We also say to be the democratic leadership. Like employees do actively participate in the decision making. The team is itself involved. Everyone on the team is involved in the decision making and it focuses upon the teamwork. It focuses upon the collaboration. And what are the advantages? Like the employee motivation is increased, the employees feel inspired, and definitely the better employees creativity is much more utilized, and basically the powerful teams will be made out of it, and definitely it is going to increase the productivity. And what are the disadvantages? Because everyone is allowed to so as to make the decision, so decision making is time consuming, it's going to take some time. That's the first disadvantage. And the leaders are more inclined to apologize the employees. They are basically more inclined toward the apologize the employees than the employees themselves, right? So communication is an issue with it. Like there could be the issues related to communication when the team is not on the same page, right? When they're not understanding the same things. So that could be the case. And definitely when the information is sensitive information also flowing in the team itself, there are the security and the confidentiality issues also. The potential security problems are also, right? And leaders do overly become dependent upon the employees for this particular scenario. Like if the staff is having the lack of the necessary skills, then the wrong decisions may be made or the poor decisions may be made, and that could be a negative point related to it. Okay. The third type of the leadership, it's the delegative relationship leadership, and we also say to be less is fair leadership. We also say to be the less is fair leadership. Now, the leader basically delegates authority and responsibility to team members. So here is a leader, and here are the different team members A, B, and C. So the leader will be doing what? Leader itself will be delegating the authority and the responsibility to the team members. And further, then the employees will be working independently without any supervision or a very minimum supervision they'll be working. So definitely in this particular scenario, the employees who are having a very good experience, they work independently. They work definitely with independently, right? They basically get a greater freedom. They enjoy the perks related to it. And definitely it encourages the originality. It encourages the innovation. It encourages the creativity. And it creates a very positive environment. But the negativity is what? Like lack of clarity in the authority, because you don't know who is having the authority related to what. You don't know who is having the accountability related to what. And definitely if there are some changes, you won't be that much free or adaptable to the changes. You'll be some showcasing some resistance. And weak supervision, if there is, that may reduce the further performance. That may reduce the further performance. Clear with it? Then the fourth one, it's about the transactional leadership. Transactional leadership, like it's based on the rewards and punishment. Like if someone is doing good, you'll be giving incentives. If someone is doing bad, you can give them warning. That's about the point is, like, so it's based on the rewards and punishments. So employees are rewarded for meeting the targets, and for they are corrected or even punished for the poor performance, right? So it's basically about the clear objectives are there. There are the defined performance standards and reward based system. It's the reward based system. So basically everyone is aware of the objectives. So objectives are very much clear. Everyone in the team is basically aware that how they are going to be awarded if they meet the particular targets. So advantage is what? There is a time bound performance to be done, and the objectives which are there, those are measurable. Those are measurable, and further the detailed objectives are there, and it increases the level of motivation, right? And reduces the confusion. There is no chaos in the chain of command, right? And it's easy for the managers to implement the same, like simple for the managers so as to implement the same method, so as to put into action, because it's very straightforward to the employees also. And employees are having the ability so as to understand, or so as to choose their own reward system. Like it's a different tier system, that if you achieve this target, you'll be getting this. If you achieve this target, you'll be getting this. If you achieve this target, you'll be getting this. So the employees can be choosing their own target based upon their own ability, right? So the employees will be having the ability. The disadvantage is related to that you basically restrict the creativity. You basically restrict the innovation. Why? Because you're focusing just on the routine performance. You're not focusing, because for the innovation you have to give time, but you're not giving time. You're just giving the targets, and it develops the followers. It's not creating the future leaders. It's just creating the followers, right? So that's about the transactional leadership. Like it's just kind of transaction between the different persons, between the different entities. Clear with it? Further after that, it's about the fifth one. That's the transformational leadership. The transformational leadership. Now, it's a basic leadership style in which the leader is going to inspire and motivate the followers by presenting a clear vision. So here is a leader. So leader is going to give a clear vision to the followers, and that's going to encourage the employees that we are to achieve these organizational goals enthusiastically. That's about the transformational leadership. Like a leader is giving the goals, it's giving a vision, which in turn is encouraging the employees. It's basically motivating the followers that we are to achieve these goals. So here the leader motivates that, basically they build the commitment. It encourages the innovation, empowers the team members, right? So as to follow the work, so as to achieve the targets. So what are the advantages? Now, if the employees do feel motivated, the turnover is reduced. The employee turnover is reduced. and there is more focus on the single vision, on the organizational vision and mission, right? So employee morale is quite high in this case. And further, the leader is going to use the methods for the motivation and inspiration so as to get this so as to gain the support, right? And further, it encourages the voluntary participation, not the compulsiveness, not the compulsiveness. And strong interpersonal relationship is existing there between the parties, like between the leader and the subordinates, right? But the point is, it may be the case that the leader may be lying to the employees or maybe misleading the employees. And if the continuous motivation is there, then it is all fine. But it may be the case that the continuous motivation is not there. So because external motivation stands for only a few days, or let's say a few weeks, not more than that. So you have to continuously motivate, and you have to give a continuous feedback. That is basically required. That's a disadvantage. And decision making is slow. Like if employee approval is required for that particular case, because you do involve the staff in the decision making process, then the decision making may become slow, right? And further, it may lead to divergence of the protocols and principles. Like it may create differences in the principles and the procedures to be followed, right? So that's about the transformational leadership. So we learned about the five types of the leadership. The first one, it was about the authoritarian leadership, that we say to be autocratic leadership. The second one, it is a participative, that is a democratic leadership. The third one is delegative leadership, where the duties were delegated, the authorities and responsibilities were delegated. It is said to be the laissez-faire leadership. And further, it is about the transactional leadership, where it is based upon the rewards and punishments. And further, it's the transformational leadership, where you're just motivating the employees, saying that you want to transform the organization, achieving the goals. You give a mission and vision to the employees, you motivate them, you want them to work enthusiastically. So that's about the transformational leadership. After that, it's about the communication. After the leadership, it's about the communication. Now communication is what, it's a two-way process. Like it's not just about giving the orders, but it's about also listening from the subordinates. So it's a two-way process. Like the ideas, thoughts, feelings, opinions, these can be exchanged between two or more persons so as to create a common understanding. And if we look at the communication models, if we look at the communication models, we are having the different models. Like we are in the linear model. We are having the linear model of communication. Like it is a one-way process. Linear model is like one-way process. And the main elements are like who is the sender and what is the message and what is the medium through which the message is sent and who is the receiver and further what is going to be the result related to it. So these questions are to be answered in case of the linear model. These are the main elements of the linear model, right? So it explains the communication as a one-way model. Like if the message is going from one way to another person, so it will be saying who is the sender and what is the message, through which media we are going to send it, who is going to be the receiver, and what will be the feedback related to it. So that's about it. Okay. So components would be related to it, like the origin and the source of the information, the transmission of the message, the transmission channel means the medium or the communication channel, the receiver and the destination. And the other one model is the dynamic model of the communication. Dynamic model, like dynamic model is considers as the ongoing method of communication. Like it's an interactive way of communication. Okay. So it involves a feedback. It involves a feedback. So you basically send a message, you'll be getting a feedback also. You'll be getting a response. And there is a continuous interaction. Like A said something to B, B gave the feedback, and after that, A sent something again. So that's about a continuous interaction, right? It's a two-way process. It's flexible and it's interactive, right? And there are levels of communication into the dynamic model. The first one, it's about the communication not directed toward me. Communication not directed toward me. What does it? It means that communication may occur among non-human entities also. That may occur among the non-human entities also, like traffic signals, warning alarms. So communication is that process that not only with the human beings, but with the other human entities, but also with the non-human entities also. Further, communication between the individuals, like two persons are required so as to carry out the interpersonal communication successfully. So one will be acting as a sender and the other will be acting as a receiver, like face to face you are discussing something, or you're having the telephonic conversation with someone. And then it is a intrapersonal communication. Intrapersonal communication means communication with oneself, like your self thinking, self analyzing, or internal dialogue. That's the intrapersonal. Intrapersonal means you're talking to yourself, you're basically communicating with yourself. But interpersonal means you're communicating with someone else, right? And organizational communication means what? That communication taking place within the organization. And there could be directions related to it, like it could be upward communication, like from subordinates to superiors. It could be downward, uh, communication, from the superiors to subordinates. And it could be horizontal communication, like between the peers or the employees at the same level. Further, it's related to the field of mass communication, like through the media, through the magazine, through the newspapers. You're reaching out a large audience. That's basically the mass communication. And then it's about the communication in organization. Now, first of all, it supports the activities related to the sales, production, services, because it helps in performing the organizational duties. And it also encourages the innovation, like it helps the organization so as to respond to the changing situation creatively. And definitely it ensures implementation of the rules and the procedures, the operational activities. It develops the human relations, like you can cultivate the relationships. Human messages are directed toward the people in the organization, right? And definitely it is going to improve their morale. It is going to give them satisfaction, employee fulfillment, like someone is getting a perk and they just received an email. So that's kind of communication na. And you get a new work, a new job, then particularly that particular new task will be assigned to you. You'll be receiving some message. So it assists in management function, like in planning, coordinating, controlling operations. So the communication is pervasive. It's basically available at each and every level. It's universal, right? And why the communication is important in the organization? Because you can share the ideas, you can plan things, you can give your opinions, you can get the information across the different departments. And important for the individuals, yes, it is important because it's going to enable the people to express thoughts. You can express your emotions, right? And so as to secure an interview, definitely you should be confident enough. The clear communication is very much required. And importance for motivation, definitely it's very much required for motivation. Effective communication improves the employee morale, right? And so as also to increase the productivity, like if the good communication is there and the things or the policies procedures are given properly, then there can be better communication. And further also related to importance of friendly relationships, like so as to build the trust, confidence, understanding, strong interpersonal relationships, right? Definitely the effective communication is required, right? So that would be all related to the chapter directing. I hope that you must have understood all the parts related to it. In the next video, we are going to learn the chapter number 6. So do rate this video out of 10 and make sure so as to like this video and share this video among your friends and colleagues. And for the complete course is available on our application and website, that is iibf.app. So that will be all. Thank you so much and see you again in the next video.